Welcome back to Royals franchise. We're 34-25, doing a lot better here in year number 2. And we have just a great record recently. The month of May was very kind to us. And scouting's been very interesting. I want to show you guys this player we looked at in the last episode. A left fielder. Wasn't he? Was he not a left fielder? Bill Rock is a Hall of Fame name, by the way. There he is. Damian Martinez. Draft rank 82 for us. He's going to be very good. In fact, he already is pretty good. 69 to 81 overall, but his potential is just 58 to 70. So he's never going to be good, but he's good now. Damn, that sucks. But we're continuing to scout. Doing a pretty good job here, and you know, we'll have to see what happens. Should have a pretty good pick in the draft. Oh wow, up 8 to 7, jumping right in. Jarren Duran up at the plate against Phil Maton, player we brought in free agency. He's done a pretty good job for us so far this year. Not quite as dominant as he was last season. The whole reason why we signed him. But a good player. And in a really tough spot here on the road against Boston. Jarren Duran has pretty good speed. The sweeping curve is still so disgusting. It's the nastiest pitch I've seen in MLB The Show, to be honest. And I think Jarren Duran agrees. He grounds out to first. Great job from Phil Maton getting out of the jam here. Let's finish this thing. Vinny Pasquantino brought his average up to 212. Not a sentence I like saying, but it is true. It was significantly lower, as that's an 89-mile-per-hour sinker from Ryan Walker. Might have to sit back a little bit. A walk, or 2 walks and a single here for Vinny Pasquantino. Like to see that. So he's reached base 3 out of his last 3 times up. Out to start the game, you'd presume. Oh, come on. That's a hittable curveball. Pasquantino, again, timed it up. Just could not figure out how to hit that harder or hit it where they ain't. As we get to Freddie Fermin. If you didn't watch the last episode, you missed out, because at the end, Salvador Perez, torn rotator cuff. Freddie Fermin's now our catcher for the rest of the year. Drew Waters 3 for 4 after a Freddie Fermin ground out. What a night for Drew Waters. How about 4 for 5? And then we can go to our closer. Ground ball. Ground ball out. A little late on that one. Trying to sit back. Walker just throws so slow. I was out ahead of every sinker. And unfortunately, just a little bit late. We'll make that pitching change, though, and go to the closer, James McArthur. Oh, my goodness. Righties are crushing him. 305. Batting average, ERA over 5. James McArthur just not pitching like a closer should here lately. Had a nice year last year. Hopefully we can go 1-2-3 here, bring that ERA down a little bit. But it's tough for a reliever. You have one bad outing, and your ERA can skyrocket. So hopefully he can come in and just shut it down. Devers is an unbelievably tough out. So this one could be a little bit annoying. I mean, that just can't be 3-0. What are we supposed to do here? Throw him a sinker where you can just pull it out and tie the game? Here you go. Good slider from McArthur. Gets ahead of Casas after the Devers ground out. Casas is another one of those guys, though, that can just absolutely destroy the baseball. Got to be careful. Probably, and unfortunately for me as a Yankees fan, a budding young star for the Red Sox. You should just be struck out for even taking that. A 12-6 at the knees there. He's frozen. He should be punched out. Ground out to Pasquantino. Yes. Game over. Big win for the Royals. Homer and a triple for Bobby Witt Jr. 4 ribbies. Drew Waters, Kyle Isbell, Michael Garcia with multi-hit games as well. A lot of offense in this one, especially late. We scored 6 runs combined after the 6th inning. And Bobby Witt Jr. actually has a 10-game hitting streak, 0 for 3 today. And look at our rankings there. 5th in stolen bases, 5th in strikeouts. Really nice. Also hitting plenty of home runs despite playing at Kauffman Stadium. But Bobby Witt, unfortunately, 0 for 3 today. Average is in the, it's like 258, mid-250, something like that. And this might be taking that up even more. Super high fly. Deep to center, and that's actually going to clear the wall. Just wide of the monster. And it's not going to hold it. I mean, if that's off the green monster, maybe a triple. Could have been a double, but maybe a triple. Bobby Witt Jr. hit it straight enough to center. Gets a homer. And that's certainly one way to keep your hitting game or hit streak alive. 10-game hitting streak. Love it from Bobby Witt Jr. Starting to become that superstar player. And he also had an RBI triple later in the game. So that is, again, one way to keep your streak alive. MJ Melendez, 2 for 3 with a home run. Nelson Velazquez with 2 home runs. Kyle Wright spins another gem. This team is the team of destiny, the team of dreams right now. And it's Nelson Velazquez again with another opportunity to hit for the cycle. He did so, or had another opportunity for that in the last episode. Didn't quite end up being able to do it. But he continues to crush. He's hitting 300 with an OPS over 900, 13 bombs. And you can triple here. He's got to hit it about 420 feet to right center. Swings right through that one from Liam Hendricks. A tough reliever to hit. Good timing, but unfortunately Velazquez doesn't have that high contact to be able to make contact. Good timing on the slider. Again swings through it. Back-to-back good swings. Back-to-back swings and misses. But we're going to keep hacking. Fastball hit deep to left field. This one's going to go off the wall. No triple for Nelson Velazquez. But he gets 2 at least. Sure, he's not going to complain about that. 8-3, another win. Bobby Witt Jr., 2 for 5 with a home run. Gorman, 2 for 4 with a homer. Melendez homered again. But Nelson Velazquez, a homer, 2 doubles. Guy's locked in right now. Bobby Witt Jr. again trying to keep his 12-game hitting streak on the alive. Having a little bit of trouble speaking at the moment because I'm so awestruck at what this Royals team is managing to accomplish. They're on another level right now. And we're on another level. Why am I talking like it's not us? We are the team. Bobby Witt Jr., OPS over 800, top 7. We have the lead, and we've popped up. Going to be actually a routine flyout for the center fielder. Good pitch to hit. Why wait for another? That would be the game. We only got 4 hits, but we won. Chris Bubich with a decent enough start. This is Rich Norcross. He's 18 years old. Potential 75 to 90. That's a wide range, but the overall looks like he's going to be quite good. Look at the contact. Could be 96 to 99. I'm really looking at that top range, of course, but he looks like a beast. Only 18 years old as well, and he looks like he'd be pretty good now. That's a player I like the look of a lot. Now, I think we're going to go ahead and change the scouting assignment, and I like the idea of scouting a position. We'll see how it works. Maybe it's not the right call, but I feel like more is better than fewer, and that's the direction we're going to go. Shortstop, international, and we do want to promote that to the #1 spot. Discover should apparently be number 3. Kyle Wright. I mean, this guy's just a beast. Top 9. He's pitched 8 innings. He's only allowed 4 hits. Got a complete game shutout going. And the Diamondbacks have a good roster. They've got a good lineup. This is a tough team to shut out. We are on the verge of doing it with Kyle Wright. All these black uniforms look very good for the Diamondbacks, I would say. I questioned it a bit. I mean, those are interesting looking socks. The pants are interesting. I think I'd prefer them if they were white, but they're not going to do that on the road. I'm a fan. Helmet and jersey combo at least looks awesome. Ground ball. Could be a tough play for Michael Garcia. But he's too good. He's too good. He's not going to ever make it look tough. He's a real pro's pro. Give me a base knock, though. Corbin Carroll's a good player. I think it's all right. Ground ball. Could be a double play. Witt Jr. with the dive, the flip, and the double play is turned. Royals win. Kyle Wright gets the complete game shutout with a web gem type defensive effort from Bobby Witt Jr. No strikeouts for Kyle Wright. Those 9 innings, strikes out 0. What an interesting game. Witt Jr. with another homer, though. Let's get a stat update. Get a bit of an update here. So Will Klein, closing pitcher, struggled at Double-A. John Rave in center field, though, at Double-A, hitting 319 and driving in 8 runs, so 8 RBIs. The last 47 at-bats in May. Beck Way dominating in Double-A, 1.26 ERA, 31 strikeouts in 35 2/3 innings. Jordan Lyles killing it at AAA. Could definitely call him back up, but he's just someone that we'd call up to eat innings, of course. So interesting update there. But let's look at our actual team. Cole Reagans with a 3.44 ERA, 87 strikeouts and 83 and 2/3 innings. Kyle Wright just continues to dominate. The strikeouts aren't quite there, but they don't have to be when he's getting these outs. And the whip is down to a 1.29. You can see those attributes are going up. And his whip last year was a 1.42. The year before that, a 1.84. So he's just getting better and better and better every year, and that's phenomenal for our rotation. Brady Singer having a great year too. ERA sub 4. Love that for our third starter. Chris Bubich maybe a little bit worse. Asa Lacy's working out of the pen. Might be getting him sent down at some point. Frankie Montas continues to be terrible. That's looking to be a tough signing. 2-year deal as well. We might be sending him down. Frank Mazzucato could earn his MLB debut, though. I'll tell you what we're going to do, though. Frankie Montas to AAA. He just stinks right now. And Alec Marsh could be in play for a call-up. But I'm going to Jordan Lyles. He's pitching well. He's going to join our rotation again as the 5 starter. I know that seems crazy because he definitely stinks. But he's pitching well, and you can't deny that. He's going to get a shot. Frankie Montas sucks right now. He is going to lose his shot. Or he had his shot. He did not deliver. Montas will join the rotation at AAA. I mean, he's too good to be there. But, I mean, he's just getting shelled. How do I keep sending him out there and expecting good things to happen for our team? He's one of the biggest reasons right now that we're not actually, better than we are. And we're having a great season, but he's holding us back. Phil Maton getting shelled. Hector Neris as well. Loizaga's crushing it. He's pitched more innings than Maton, but we might need a different setup guy. John Schreiber's not pitching well. Carlos Hernandez is. I don't know. Sammy Infante could be working towards a call out or call up. Some of these numbers are just so concerning. Our bullpen is just so weird right now. Freddie Fermin definitely stinks. But what are you going to do when Salvi goes down with a torn rotator cuff and is expected to miss the season? He was a big bat for us. Blake Mitchell's starting to get hot in the minors, though. Numbers aren't great. Vinny Pasquantino still not hitting especially well. But I'm not going to start Nick Prado over him more than likely, right? So just need him to figure it out. Gorman is okay. Power going down a little bit against righties. But this is a good season. 850 OPS. When you're slugging 526, you can get away with a 247 average. So don't mind that at all. Michael Garcia just playing well enough. Contact going down. Got to figure that out. Bobby Witt Jr. hitting 255 now. Contact really going up against lefties. But I don't want him to be a lefty specialist. He's got to be able to hit right-handed pitching. 321 on base, 480 slug, OPS over 800. This is more like it. And this, might have been the single biggest reason why we're playing so well this year. 671 OPS last year for us. Way better this year, and it's obviously showing. But MJ Melendez, I simply can't believe this. His attributes are getting so much better. Discipline going down by 1. But look at the contact way up. Power against lefties way up. He's hitting 333 with an on-base still close to 400. Slugging 621. His OPS remains over 1,000. 17 home runs. It's trending towards a career high. He's played 64 games. MJ Melendez is just turning into a superstar. JD Martinez still out, but should be back soon. And you imagine that's going to be another big addition to our lineup. Kyle Isbell having a nice season. I don't know what it is. He's not slugging at all, but he's getting on base at the bottom of our order. Somewhat, at least hitting. So we'll take that. Drew Waters stinks. But is anyone else, trending towards getting called up or a promotion? Not really at center field. Nelson Velasquez continues to crush. I don't know why his power is getting worse. That stinks, but this season's unreal. He's got an OPS over 900. We have a superstar somehow in Nelson Velasquez. It's unbelievable. And I'll tell you, Dairon Blanco, I might just start him over Drew Waters. He deserves it. Dairon Blanco going to be our new center fielder against right-handed pitching. He deserves it. He hit well last year in a really small sample. Really small sample, keep in mind. But he's doing the same again in 2025. So he deserves his chance. And Chris Bates, by the way, is the new #1 prospect in baseball. Not developing all that quickly yet, but we have the new #1 prospect. That's sick. Blake Mitchell's up to 15. Bobby Montez to 20. Not doing especially well at AA. Rhett Park getting upgraded. We only have him at single A right now, which means he's not even playing. But I worry about getting him out there. He's 21. We'll promote him to AA at some point. Elijah Green not hitting especially well. Morgan Gilly, though, has moved up from 82 or whatever it was last episode to 34. He's getting a lot better very quickly. Up to a 67 overall. AAA or AA numbers are pretty good. On base is crazy high. He's just not slugging very much. And his power is just very bad. Juan Soriano at 56. Getting upgraded nicely. He is already 22 years old. He's slugging, but he's not hitting. But, you know, first year pro ball. You can expect some growing pains there probably. Spencer Jones, contact getting worse. Having a so-so year. Frank Mazzucato at 82. He's pitching well at AAA. Again, working towards a call-up this year for me. And then Gavin Cross has cracked the top 100. Not hitting as well as he did last year. Definitely was better than this, but not terrible numbers. But 10 prospects in the top 100 is crazy. But JD Martinez is back. Big bat to add to the lineup. We will be moving him up. He's getting crushed because he's 37 years old. But his attributes are still pretty good. Just where do we play him? Cannot take MJ Melendez or Nelson Velasquez out of the lineup. Nelson Velasquez to right. Kyle Isbell to center. JD Martinez to DH. And we probably hit him 6th, I would say. Yeah, we'll try that against righties. For me, just this guy stinks. Why does he not hit? He's got beat potential. He's a 79 overall. His hitting doesn't even look so bad, but he just does not hit in simulation. I think it's because his discipline's below 50. That's my theory. Now let's get JD back in there against lefties as well. And he'll be in the DH spot, but I can't sit MJ Melendez. So he's going to play over... I mean, who does he play over? McCutchen can't play center. But McCutchen's also not hitting, and he's only getting at bats against lefties. He's done. MJ Melendez to right. And JD Martinez will hit 6th in both orders. The lineups are actually identical. They used to be different, but... I mean, McCutchen's working towards a DFA. Forget about a call-up for anyone else. He's about to get sent down and out of our team. It's going to be time. Andrew McCutchen, you are going to be DFA'd. Well, JD Martinez is back. We don't even need him anymore. Dairon Blanco has done better in the same amount of ABs and actually gives us speed. I mean, and the fact that some of our outfielders are just crushing against lefties that I didn't expect, like MJ Melendez and Nelson Velasquez, there's just not really a need for Andrew McCutchen at this point. So tough to DFA anybody, but we'll DFA him. And here is Nelson Velasquez with Michael Garcia on third base. Bottom 10, 2 outs against Kenley Jansen of the Yankees. Okay. Features still some gas. Got a power cutter. Does have that fastball. Should have a slider as well. Throws pretty hard. All we need is a base knock. Sounds easy when you say it like that. Just need a base hit. That's it. Just one base hit right now. And if we don't get it, the game's over. Hard hit ground ball at third. And that is the ball game. Yankees win. And it's Yankees legend now, Michael Wacha. We also have CJ Cron. Homers for JD Martinez, Nolan Gorman. Good to see two players who've been injured the past year or so for me come back and play well. Of course, Gorman's been back for a while now. But Michael Wacha was traded in the Spencer Jones deal, and it looks like the Yankees won that trade. Cole Reagan's working a shutout against the Yankees, though. Struck out 10. 4 hits, 4 walks, but is yet to allow a run, of course. That's a pretty big part of a complete game shutout. He's going to have Gleyber Torres, who does hit lefties very well. It's a bad first AB. He is hitting 7th, though, for the Yankees. I wish I could see their order here. Here we go. Torres, Trevino, Grisham. I think all those guys might hit lefties better. Grisham is a lefty, but I think does hit lefties better if I remember correctly. So this is not going to be a very easy 1, 2, 3 here at the bottom of the Yankees order. They all have good matchups. This should be out number 1, though. Torres does not run well, and there it is. Cole Reagan's at 101 pitches, by the way. There's 102, and still at 99 miles per hour. Reagan's does throw absolute gas. There's a beautiful strike, too. Painted changeup down and in. I think Trevino would know the strike zone. He's been catching this entire game. And maybe he does, wisely. Takes that slider, although it feels like he might just be taking anything. Pause. Trevino is spoiling all of these great breaking pitches down in the zone, and I guess fastball's up in the zone as well. How are we struggling to put away Jose Trevino? Reagan's at 107 pitches. Inside out swing from Trevino. Line out. Reagan stays out there for one more batter. You'd have to expect he's at 108 pitches. Just need to make very quick work of the very patient Trent Grisham. It's only a 1-run lead. Do we really want to turn this over to a bullpen that has really struggled this year, with the exception of maybe Jonathan Loaizaga, who's been dominant for us? That's hit fairly well to left field, but 4 and out. Complete game shutout for Reagans, and he needed it. Pitch is an absolute gem. Only 4 hits for us. It's, of course, 2 for 4 from MJ Melendez. Why did I expect anything less? Bobby Witt also goes 2 for 4. And Brady Singer has a shutout. But with 2 runners on base here and 2 outs for Logan O'Hoppe, he's had easier matchups. O'Hoppe's a very good hitting catcher. Young player, could be a piece to build around for the Angels. They traded for him, former Phillies prospect. And he definitely doesn't play around. Hit a grand slam last night for the Angels in real life as I record this. See when this goes up. But we certainly don't want any home runs in this spot. But a 2-0 lead. Extra bases would certainly put that into question. Does a runner score all the way from first? I don't know, but it's a possibility. And I don't want to find out. Ground ball. This could be 2. We already have 2. This could be 1. And it is. Brady Singer gets the out. And I'd love for him to go 1, 2, 3 here in the 9th. Only at 88 pitches. He's very economical. Doesn't typically strike out a ton. Although, I did strike out, I think, 10 or 11 the other night in real life. In his season debut for the Royals in 2024. But here in the game, he has had some big strikeout performances. Just typically not going to strike out a ton. Gut punch! J.D. Davis gets multiple there. One from the sweeping curve and the other from the umpire as he sends him back to the dugout. Ground ball past the diving Michael Garcia. How did Abraham Toro even make contact with that? It was a slider that started off the plate, stayed off the plate, and Toro got the bat out and hit it to left for a single. I actually thought it was Nolan Shanuel up at first. Very annoying last name. No disrespect, but it's Shanuel. I mean, just be Shanuel, I guess. I don't know. Be whatever you want. I don't care, actually. But one swing of the bat could change things. Not a big power guy, thankfully, but you never know. Big on base guy, sitting 345 here in 2025. And he's being very, very patient. Ground ball. That should do it. Gorman to Pasquantino. And the complete game shutout is completed for Brady Singer. Good job. And MJ Melendez with another home run. How does this guy keep doing this? The A's are actually going to offer us a trade here. Ooh, interesting. Lawrence Butler, young outfielder for the A's, with the Major League club right now. And his numbers aren't so bad. He's not really performing, but there's something here. We'd have to give up Beck Way. Beck Way is just a 65 overall. He's pitching well, though, in the minors. I don't know what we would do with Lawrence Butler right now if we just cut Andrew McCutchen. So I'm going to have to say no to that. We just lost like 4 straight at least. Hector Neris going to have to batten down the hatches here, get an out. Can't let the A's beat us. Now, to be fair, their numbers aren't actually atrocious. Their pitching seems to be quite bad. No shock there. But their hitting, really not so bad. We are in Oakland. Got a 1-run lead. And we need to get J.P. Crawford out. Hector Neris has not been excellent for us so far this year. Unfortunately so. The back-to-back fastballs. And go to that patent pending splitter. Strike 3. I need it. Didn't get it. Good splitter. J.P. Crawford continues to stay alive. And I don't know how I go to anything but the splitter right now. I don't really want to risk throwing a slider. I don't really want this ball to be put in play. I'm just going to go back to back to back to back splitters. He finally takes it, and he does. Now maybe a slider in this spot. Ground ball at Gorman. This should do it for the 8th. We're going to hold on for now. And we end up coming out on top 7-6. MJ Melendez with another home run. Every single time we jump into a game, MJ Melendez is hitting a home run. How is he doing this? We are 49-34, and our lineup is being carried by MJ Melendez. He has 23 home runs, by far a career high in the fewest amount of games he's ever played in a season. How is he doing this? Again, not complaining, but this is absolutely ridiculous. And Nelson Velasquez, I mean, how do you sleep on this? He's also dominating. OPS over 900. These are killers at the top of our order. Or middle of our order, really. Nolan Gorman continues to play pretty well. It's really... Maikel Garcia maybe could move down in the order. He's not really having a very good season. What if we let off Bobby Witt? Just moved everybody up. But Maikel Garcia now maybe hits 7th against righties. We'll keep him in the leadoff spot against lefties. But that could be an interesting change. How's Jordan Lyles? Oh, no. Jordan Lyles is not pitching well. We're going to put Asa Lacy into the rotation. Jordan Lyles can be our long reliever. Maybe Asa struggles as a reliever. Maybe he's just a starter. Sure, that's not going to go terribly. Nationals are going to offer us a trade. Greg Jones for Joe Gray. This is the Who Cares Bowl. This is the battle of mid. Who? Joe Gray, of course, 25 years old. +7 contact against left. I don't know how he's managing to do that. He's not hitting that well. They're offering us Greg Jones. Who cares? No. MJ Melendez has 2 home runs, because of course he does. We are up 11-1. And MJ Melendez could somehow hit his 3rd home run of the game. He is a monster in simulation. It is simply the most unbelievable thing I've ever seen. The numbers are fine. I mean, they're actually, you know what, he's pretty good against righties now. 70, 77 for contact and power. But the numbers are just unreal. A 1065 OPS. Where is this coming from? Hit a 3rd home run. Why not? Good take. MJ Melendez grips it and rips it. Not going to be a homer, but it will be extra bases. The hot streak for MJ Melendez continues. He triples to open up the 8th inning, or the bottom of the 8th inning for us. 19th double of the year. We win 11-2. Bobby Witt Jr. with 2 home runs as well. Maikel Garcia homered. Dominant win. Orioles offering us a trade. Connor Norby or James MacArthur. No. Wish I could get a trade I like every once in a while that isn't a complete robbery either way. We're 54-36 though. This is fantastic. And scouting, I mean, we're coming up to the draft. That'll be next episode. I'm scouting these guys, and I just feel like, I don't know. I don't know enough about some of these players again. I saw a 3rd baseman who was interesting to me. He was like 6'5", Patrick Kroger. A lot of power, potentially. We're going to add him in there. But the next episode is going to feature the draft. We are almost here. It's All-Star Week. So that'll be an interesting one. JD Martinez back from injury. 10-game hitting streak. We're down 7-1, but maybe a homer or something could spark something from our offense, kickstart a rally. Now, I know A-Rod says home runs are rally killers. It's an interesting way to think about things. But I'd take a home run here. 7-3. I mean, you cut into it a little bit. Still, you know, a long way away from being back in this one. But it would be interesting. Have the 9th inning to score 4 runs. Wouldn't mind it. I'll tell you, a walk to bring up Nolan Gorman could be interesting. His numbers are starting to look really good. 17 home runs at this point. OPS well over 800. And JD Martinez looks like his hit streak will probably come to an end. Gorman with an RBI single. Maikel Garcia with a home run, 2-hit day. Didn't really have it that one. Wow, the Reds have made a big trade. Getting Kyle Bradish, who's up to an 89 overall. I mean, figuring to be the Orioles' ace at this point. I don't know how Grayson Rodriguez is pitching, but very good pitcher to add. They trade Noelvi Marte, who's suspended in real life for PEDs, Ian Gibaut, and Connor Overton. Never really got to see Noelvi Marte very much in Reds franchise last year, but Marte leaving Cincinnati. They get Kyle Bradish here. As Maikel Garcia also has a 10-game hit streak. Last time we jumped into a similar spot, Bobby Witt Jr. was sitting on first base. I love to see it. So, typically don't see that, but we changed the order, right? Got Bobby Witt Jr. leading off, and hopefully he's adjusting to that role very well. Maikel Garcia hitting second for us today. Not sure how that came about, and that's just not a very good swing. Kept in the infield. Garcia runs well enough. That's going to be an infield hit. Hit streak stays alive. We're again getting crushed here. And we lose another one. Made it close, but lose again. But I think that's going to do it for this episode. We approach the All-Star break, the draft, the trade deadline. Should be a lot going on in the next couple of episodes. So we finish 55-40 at this point. Right in there for the division, of course, for a wild card spot. We see the playoff picture at this point. See the standings, and if you look at the AL wild card, I mean, we're right there. We got a playoff spot right now. Guardians hot on our tails, but I mean, we really should, if we continue to play as well as we have, we're going to be an easy playoff team. We're losing a little bit lately, but we are probably going to be buyers at the trade deadline, and I'm looking at bullpen. That's a big problem for us right now. Our bullpen's bad. Astros have placed Kyle Tucker on the trade block. What? That's interesting. Final year under contract. Are the Astros struggling? What would the price be for Kyle Tucker? I mean, we'd have to trade, so much. They value Frankie Montas for some reason. He stinks. We probably could make it happen. Frank Mazzucato. Chris Bates, I don't want to trade, but that's the #1 prospect in baseball. I just want to see what it would be. No, it would be very tough to trade for him. Very, very tough. Jackson Holliday's on the trade block. What are the Orioles actually doing? Oh, man, MLB The Show franchise is so messed up. Look at Blake Mitchell, though, crushing it. 365, 24 RBIs, and 96 ABs. What a month of June. And Chris Bates becoming the #1 prospect in baseball. Sub-2 ERA in over 30 innings. Got 27 strikeouts in June. Robert Gasser might be getting that call-up. That would be like a nice trade deadline acquisition. 1.36 ERA in June, 32 Ks in 33 innings. Robert Gasser, of course, we traded for, and he could be getting that call-up. Maybe even before Frank Mazzucato, even though Mazzucato is kind of outperforming him at this point. I don't know. We'll make that call potentially in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy.